everyone, it's Mary and welcome back to With Love Designs. Today I'll be talking about my best sellers for the craft fair that I just attended this past Saturday. It's a Jingle Fest. About 275 vendors were in attendance and 12,000 shoppers in attendance. So that was quite a big group and quite a lot of turnout as well. This is the first time we've attended this fair and didn't know what to expect. So with that said, this right here, the mini post-it notes was a good seller. I sold these for $1 a piece, and a lot of them didn't know what they were, so we had to kind of do a lot of demoing in our booth, and we did, tell them they could open things up and touch them, but a lot of them didn't. So my husband and my son did a great job demoing these products. So another good seller was the Hershey Nugget treat box, and I did sell I think 12 of these, and I just made a lot of inventory, so for me it didn't look like it took a dent, but I did sell a good amount, and I sold these for $3 a piece. The next one is the single pop-up card purse. Again, a lot of people unless you demo it, they kind of glance over it. So when my husband was showing and kind of demoing these for them, they sold a lot better. And these I sold for $3 as well. This basket one here, treat holder, I did sell a lot of these. I sold it as is without candy. I put it on a pegboard hook and sold a good amount of these. I sold these for $3. This one here, and along with this one here, these were kind of like the attention getters. People just gravitated to these. They just think they're the cutest and most adorable thing. And I don't know if it's because, right now I believe that mini purses are trending. And so they gravitate to these, and they didn't care whether it held candy or whatever. They just purchased it because it was so cute. I did put candy in here, put some mints in here. And, they were just like, did you make these? How did you? So I did bring a TV setup and showed my YouTube throughout the craft fair, how I created them, and then, basically to kind of show them the process. So with these, I sold for $3 as well, and they did a pretty good job at selling. I think the cuteness really got them to the booth, and they were loving it. The next one is a tote bag. This one did sell pretty well as well. I sold it empty, and they were buying it. You could see that they were like thinking of people to, who to give the presents to, and it's really kind of cool because they are counting, with their fingers and how many they need to buy. So this one I sold for $5, and it sold the way it is with no extra, no candies or anything. This one here was the bestseller, and I think it's because of where it was located. My table was at the end of the table up front, and they actually didn't have any issues looking into this one. They would open it up, and they're just like in love with it. So those sold really well, and these sold for, again, $3. These, the next couple ones are actually, this one here is a 3-tier. I didn't show this off to you guys and how I made it, but I can make a video if you guys are interested. But it's a die, and sold this. I had 3, I sold 1, and I was selling it again for $3. Good handful of these were sold as well. A lot of them, pretty much had an idea as a gift card, but they weren't kind of, looking to see what it was. So we had to show them, once you open it up, it has a pop-up. You can put the card there, and it pops up. And a lot of them were like, oh my gosh, that's really cute. So sold a good amount of these as well for $3. This one, love to fly. I'll show you later on the video how much wind we had during the fair, and this one liked to fly off the pegboard hooks, so that was a lot of fun chasing it down. But these sold a good handful of these, again for $3. This one here, the way I had it situated initially on the table, didn't get a lot of individual attention, or just didn't get attention because it was with everything else. So I did move it throughout the day, and I did move it up front, and these started to sell when I moved it, and these were selling for $3 as well. This one here, my most expensive one, just because of the amount of time it takes me to make. I did sell a couple of these for $8. And so for the same, this one, I had this price at $6, and I sold a handful of these as well. And then this one here, my pop-up cards, I did have them displayed as well, and I sold a good handful of these as well, and they sold these for $10. So later in the video, you'll see how windy it was, and just good turnout, good music, good people. The vendors were awesome as well. It's just a lot of people, even though we had 12,000 people that attended, they weren't shopping, they weren't buying, they were doing a lot of looking. My husband noticed that they weren't really into the Christmas spirit yet. He'd say Merry Christmas or whatever, and they just weren't into it yet. A lot of them weren't even thinking about the holidays yet, so, which was kind of interesting. I've attended fairs in the past with around the same time, and they were more Christmassy, but this particular one, they weren't really feeling Christmas. And it could be, the way our current economy and everything else that's going on in our country. A lot of them were pretty tight with their money, which makes sense to me as well. So unfortunately, a lot of the vendors, including myself, did not, sell as much as we thought we would with that much attendance. Another issue for me for personal is the credit card machine stopped working. So with that said, right, that's kind of like one of the dreaded things that could happen, and it did. So a lot of people would pay Venmo, but I also lost sales because they didn't have Venmo, or they didn't have PayPal, and my machine stopped working. So I lost some sales there. The worst part, I think, was with this craft fair was the wind was ridiculously horrible. The pegboards, I'll show you later, actually fell forward at least 5 times. So unfortunately, it was kind of like when the wind picked up, my husband and son would get up and hold the pegboard so it wouldn't move forward. It wouldn't fall forward. So that was an unfortunate thing because they weren't able to enjoy the craft fair as they should, because they were manning the booth, or in that sense the pegboard, so that it wouldn't fall forward. But I do appreciate them. I'm grateful that they were there with me, because man, I would have not been able to do it on my own if they weren't there. And so thank you for everything. So here you can see the pop-up cards being displayed, and my husband made bases for them as well so that they do well with the wind, and it did a very good job at keeping them in place. Up top you see the treat holders, and you see on the left side you can see the Let's Get Social sign, and on the very right side of this you can see the TV showcasing this YouTube channel being played over and over again. On this side you can see the paper purses. On the left side you see With Love Designs sign, and then you can see, as we zoom in here, you can see the mini post-it notes, treat holders, gift cards, single gift cards, more treat holders, and as you can see, the backpacks are laying down just because of the amount of wind that comes through consistently. And above it you can see all the purses, and these are just some of them being hung with the price tags magnetized onto the pegboard. And then here you have the clutch purses, which is front and center, which was a pretty good seller, maybe because of its location. And then again, this is on the other side, the small gift card holders and how the treat holders are being hung. So that's the craft fair display for the Jingle Fest this year. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and got some ideas off of it. Please let me know if you have any questions. Pegboard probably won't be used on the next craft fair, so I'm going to redesign the next display for the next one coming up. Thank you for everything and hope to see you again soon. Bye, guys.